Get comfy. I have a barrage of announcements for you this morning. I'm not even going to pretend. But before I even get into them, mea culpa, Jan. The sympathy, love, and prayers of this congregation are with you on the passing of your brother, which I know has broken your heart. The service has already happened. I was supposed to announce it last week. I'm so sorry for missing it. But know that we love you and we're praying for you and your family, and you too, Lynn, at this time. So my apologies, but know we love you and we're praying for you. A bunch of announcements. The newsletter went out yesterday. I would invite you to read it thoroughly. Yes, some of it's going to be repetition from previous weeks, but in there are also some other new pieces of information that you're going to want to read. Pass it on to anyone who maybe isn't subscribed, and then ask them why they have not yet smashed that subscribe button, because you're going to want this information. Looking through it quick, first of all, the opening devotion's pretty great. I didn't write it, so it's pretty great. I would invite you to read through that. It's about extending one another grace because we're still experiencing an apocalypse. So maybe we need to just check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. But in there you'll also find information about the updated mask policy at Knox. The session had an emergent meeting this past week, and it was their decision in light of recent changes to Ontario's guidelines, to recognize that masking indoors here at the church can be done at one's discretion. And we recognize that this could be a divisive issue. And so I would say from the bottom of my heart that the session was emphatic that we continue to conduct ourselves with grace, love, and respect for one another, and to continue to encourage one another to practice best practices according to public health. Okay? So this is your minister speaking. Play nice. We're 2 years into this thing. We're all tired. I get it. We have a few other announcements in there about upcoming things. So I mentioned last week about WHAM. The Something for Everyone sale is coming up in June, and they are accepting your donations. So there's information about that in the newsletter as well. But if you want more info, you can talk to Keith and Carol. I walked past Keith in the church at one point this week, and he had like this big trundle full of stuff, and he's like, "This is your fault. Now everyone's bringing their stuff in, so you're welcome." I think people have till May 30th to make their donations. Is that correct? Good. At both entrances to the sanctuary, you'll find information there about Maple Grove is doing their sale again. If you need to buy your dirt for your spring gardens, you can order through them. So there's a yellow form that you can find at both entrances. Also, you will find members of the Chancel Guild who are looking to receive your donations as they do the Easter flower gift giving again this year. So you'll recall, if you've been here for an Easter before, they decorate the sanctuary beautifully with flowers. Those flowers are purchased with your donations, and you can make donations in memoriam to someone, and then after Easter, those flowers are delivered to seniors and others in our community. So I know I saw Sue McBay. Are you in here? She's still out there. Okay, so if the sermon drags on, you can go get your flowers, because apparently she's still out in the hall. So speak to Sue or to Diane Hambleton if you have questions about that, and you can also read about it in the newsletter. What else? Make a Joyful Noise, the Wednesday morning gathering online. That's going to be coming to an end on April 13th. Yes? I'm looking. Yes, confirming. So there's a few more opportunities to meet with Brian and Lynn online on Wednesdays to learn about music and praise and hymns. But that's going to be landing on Holy Week. Speaking of Holy Week, we will be having a Maundy Thursday service at 7 p.m., and there will be communion offered at that service, and we will have our Good Friday service at 10 o'clock in the morning, and there will be hot cross buns ahead of time. That's pretty exciting. Some exciting things to look forward to. I was told that yesterday was the first men's breakfast. Did that happen? Yeah, okay. I mean, just a yes would have been fine, but it's exciting. Things are starting to happen again. And so I've been asked to announce that it's the last Saturday of every month. The men meet at 8:30 in the morning at El Spiro's, and they have breakfast together. So the next one will be coming at the end of April. So congrats, fellas, on starting that ministry up again. Very exciting, and avail yourself of that next month if you can. And then my final, I hope this is, no, my penultimate announcement is that the office hours from now until April 8th are as such because Stephanie is still in the UK with her family. So Monica is still covering in the main office, okay? So if you call in, you're gonna get Monica, and if you're lucky, she'll say, hello, this is Knox Oakville, and not, hi, this is Supperworks. But I mentioned something about grace, okay? Plus she has to put up with me in the office. So the office is gonna be closed Monday and Friday, and it'll be open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 11 to 4. Okay? Noted. That's on the website, I believe, and it's in the newsletter. My last announcement is that the session has called an annual general meeting of the congregation for Sunday, April 10th. And that's going to be to approve the budget for 2022, yes, but also to look back at the financials and the ministries of 2021. So you will find at both entrances, hold on, a copy of the narrative budget, and I want to say thank you to Karen for putting this together. Where did you go? You're over here. Karen, thank you, and thank you for chasing after all of us to help get it done. So that's the plan for 2022. And then also you can pick up the annual report, which is what we did last year. What isn't in here are the financials. Those will be available next Sunday. I believe we're gonna make all this available digitally as well. So if you don't wanna kill a tree, you can just pull it up on your iPad or whatever. You need to make sure you get a copy of the AGM with this neat little insert. It's 2 pages, that were, well, 3 technically, that fell out. They're floating around in the interweb somewhere, but we have made copies and inserted them into your AGM report. So if you have a copy of the report that doesn't have these spare pages around page 20, you're gonna wanna trade your copy in, upgrade, as it were. Plus they're Phil's words. We wanna know what Phil had to say, so make sure you get those. Okay, that's it. Whew. That was a lot. I had a lot of people asking me to make announcements this week. That's it, I'm not saying anymore. Lynn?